I know exactly what you wanna do. You want to get better at Deadlock. Who doesn't? It's a great game and it takes a lot of skill to play, but where do you start? Well, I have 3 websites for you that I wanna show you that you may not know about, and these will definitely up your game. All right, so I'm gonna go over each of these websites. I'm gonna go over the good and the bad. Some are better than others. Some are amazing, but they don't have certain features. So let's break it down, but I promise you that these websites will help you be a lot better at Deadlock. So let's jump into it. All right, this first one is TrackLoock.gg, and I'll link all of these down in the description below. And let me know in the comments if you know of any other websites floating around out there. So TrackLoock is the OG, and I'm saying OG like, you know, Deadlock's been around forever, but I've only been playing for a few weeks. I know a lot of you are just getting in, but this is the first site that I came across. So it was super helpful at the beginning, but the biggest issue is that it doesn't have a ton of details, and you'll see what I mean when I get to my new favorite site, all right? So you can come here and you can go through like heroes and you can see some stats on them. It'll show you like the total games played, it'll show you like the win rate, the pick rate, things like that. You can also go to, you know, the items, see similar statistics. You can go to players. So this is based on ELO. So Deadlock has its own internal MMR that we don't have access to. TrackLoock uses something like the chess ELO system. So this is ranking different players based on that. So for example, if I go to heroes and I click on 7, I can see who the top rated 7 players are, all right? It'll also show me matches, so you can see recent matches. I haven't been checking this website as frequently, but it took a bit of time for this to update. Like it took like, I think like 3 hours. Before they had it a little bit faster than that, it was taking like 24 hours. It was a bit longer. But yeah, let's see when you click on a player profile. So this is, you know, the top 7 player, and some of these stats are a little wonky, all right? Like it'll go based on, you know, like the win rate or the ELO, but sometimes like you don't have like a large sample size of data. But anyways, it is a great place to start. You can also go down, see their recent matches. And what I love too is, and I think all of these sites have them, is that it has the match ID. So if you see like a game somebody played, you can go in to watch in Deadlock and then just type in the match ID and download the replay. And this is one of the biggest tips I can give you. Like if you wanna get better, aside from using these websites, like find players who are really good at the hero that you want to play and go watch like 1 or 2 replays. I personally watch at 2x speed just to kind of get a feel of what they're doing like during the laning phase, what kind of items they pick up, what their strategy is, all that kind of good stuff. All right, so that is TrackLoock.gg. The next one here is Mobil Litics. So Mobil Litics, they have been around forever, and they do a bunch of different games. As you can see at the top here, they do like League of Legends, what is that, TFT, Teamfight Tactics, I think, Valorant, Lost Ark, Destiny 2, Diablo 4, and now they've just added Deadlock. So here is their tier list. One thing that bothers me, like I'm a big stats nerd, and that's why I'm sharing all this with you. I love stats, I love data. It's so useful in all these games we play. But anyways, oh, they actually added this. Beforehand, last time I was here, they didn't have this. I was gonna say, I don't like how they don't explain how this tier list is. So yeah, they have a tier list for the heroes, and it says, data is collected from matches as they are played. We institute a 7-day timeout cycle since we believe the game is patched so fast, it's important to keep the data source fresh. Remember that there is no structure to the skill level of players, so take the numbers with a grain of salt and let them fuel your theory crafting. Our goal is to give people objective information and sometimes our opinions on what's the strongest and promote discussion with different perspectives. All right, so that actually doesn't give that much information. So my original opinion still stands. Like, what is making, you know, this S tier, right? Is it just the win rate? You know, what is it? And I think there's a lot of discussions to be had about how we're ranking like, you know, heroes and items and builds and like skill builds and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, it's a decent place to start. But this is lacking a lot of details. I will say that, like, keep an eye on this, all right? Mobil Litics has like years and years and years of experience, so keep an eye on this website because I have a feeling it's going to be amazing in the future. But for example, if I click on 7, like we have some information about, you know, the hero and stuff like that. Like it's like, it's not much. It's not much, all right? So keep an eye on Mobil Litics, all right? But now I wanna show you just the best site. I came across it the other day, and I'm sorry, Deadlock or TrackLoock.gg, but you're old news, all right? Because now we have Deadlock Tracker. This, everybody, is the one I wanted to make the video on the most. You can sit on this website forever if you are a data nerd like me and you want to learn, all right? So, I'm gonna spend some time on this, all right? So let's go through this for the next 5 or 10 minutes, all right? So on the main page, as you can see, they have some really interesting stats. So recent patch win rate changes. So this is August 30th versus August 16th. And you can see which heroes are even better based on the win rate, right? And then which ones got worse. So based on the buffs and nerfs. And something that you'll notice here, right? And this is something that I find interesting. Look at 7. Look at 7. 7 won the most from the patch, even though he was already really good. Best hero for noobs right here. Best hero for decent players. Best hero for expert. It's like, what? I could do a whole video about 7 and some of the debates. Like I keep seeing 7's not that good. Well, the data seems to disagree with you, all right? Now, remember with deadlocktracker.gg and tracklock.gg, they have hundreds of thousands of games. So we have a decent sample size. All right, anyways, so let's say, this is where I kind of start at. So let's say you want a hero that you want to learn, all right? So you can click on the Heroes tab, and here are all the heroes listed. It'll show you their win rates. I don't like how I can't organize this. Like, as you can see, this is just in alphabetical order. I would like to be able to sort it by win rate or something like that. But anyways, let's go to Dynamo. I've been learning Dynamo lately, so you can click here and look at all of this data. Are you guys starting to see what I'm saying about like how this one has the most data? Like, look at this, I love it. So up here, there's so much, and I'm not gonna go through all of them, but look, you can click on best items, okay? So it'll show you the win rate and the usage. Make sure you're kind of like, being analytical as you look at this, because some of these will have like an insanely high win rate, but the pick rate is like 2%, right? It's like super duper low. So these are the best items, but then look at this. The best item builds, okay, for 10,000 souls, then you can click on 15,000 souls. Best starting items, this is great too. It'll show you the win rates for like the first 3 items. So as you can see here, the usage rate has dropped quite a bit. The highest one being 13.8%, okay? Item combinations, counter items, fantastic. So then we can go up to overall items. This is showing you like just the best items in the game, which I don't think are this page is super useful, but whatever. Rankings. So yeah, so you can check this out. We have general items, farm, last hits. This is just kind of interesting. I don't know how much it helps. One of the tabs I spent a lot of time on is here, the matches tab. So what I'll do is I'll look, and as you can see, Dynamo is up here in this match, and you can just kind of do a quick scan. Dynamo's right there. I can check that. Dynamo's right here. So you can go and find the hero you want. Like it's like, oh, I want to play Abrams. No Abrams, no Abrams, no Abrams. Oh, here's Abrams. So I could click on this match. But let's look at this one. So Dynamo, I'll click on this match ID. It'll show me all their stats right here. These are the in-game stats. They too, at deadlocktracker.gg, have their own rating system. It'll show how many points the team got based on, you know, the win or the loss. This was the losing team, this was the winning team. And then you can go right here. You can go to skill builds and you can see the exact skills that each of these people pick. So if I want to learn Dynamo, I can see exactly what this person leveled up and in what order. And it shows you right here at what time they purchased these items. But this is an excellent tab too, the item builds, all right? arguably more important. So for Dynamo, I can see right here, I wish this was organized a little bit better, but as you can see what timestamp they got each item. I wish there was a way to like change the view so it just showed me the timestamp. So what I've been personally doing is looking around, doing some research, checking out a bunch of matches, a bunch of different players, and then I go into the sandbox and I create my own builds to test them out using like these builds, right? So this is just such a great way to improve at the game. And then you also have the match ID right here so you can watch the match. Now, what I will say is if you go back to the main page, you might want to go down, you know, maybe well, these are all 2 hours ago, so you should be fine. But what I was getting at is sometimes you'll go and you'll put in the match ID and it'll say the replay isn't available yet. And another thing that I think can be improved, and by the way, this is just me just talking about the future, this website is great. I have been able to pick up a lot of heroes a lot faster just because I have a good starting point. Like the builds in the game, the recommended builds, those suffer from the Matthew effect. The Matthew effect is what is big just gets bigger, all right? So what you see is in the recommended builds is the builds that already have a lot of likes, people just select that, they favorite it more, so it just gets bigger and bigger. So I have found so many builds that are just nowhere close to what the recommended builds are in the game from the community. So this is just even better. So make sure you check this out. Now, one of the biggest downsides for this, which I guess makes sense, but I'm not a huge fan, is let's say I really wanted to see this guy Spacemaker and his match history. Oh, beautiful. Okay, cool. So what I was thinking was gonna happen, but I think more and more people are doing this, is their profile to be private. You have to go here and link your Steam account and then make it public. So a lot of people that you'll click on, since this website's so new, here we go. So this person, theirs is private, but you can't set it to public unless you know about this website and you choose to, which kind of bothers me. I'm just like, yo, let me just see their match history. Like, I can just accidentally stumble across a single match, so it's already kind of public. But anyways, that's me just being nitpicky about it. But yeah, sometimes I'll see like a really good player and I wanna see more of their stuff, and then you just kind of get lucky by finding them as you're going down this list. But yeah, on this matches tab, it says it's top matches, so it'll show you the total skill. So this is like the top 0.2% of players, top 0.3, top 0.1% of players, you know, so this might, the better they are, it might be better to like check out those demos and really get an idea of what like good players are doing, all right? So like, yeah, I love this website. I can spend so much time on this. I have 2 monitors set up, so I'll have, you know, this side up on one screen, I'll be in the sandbox on the other, I'll be putting together builds for different heroes that I wanna try out. And like, I'm telling you, like, even though I'm learning the hero, just having a foundation for what I, you know, can start with, whether it's, you know, the items or the skill builds, it's like, I don't spend as many matches just like feeding and trying to figure stuff out, sitting in the, you know, sitting over at the shop trying to figure out what to buy and all that. But anyways, let me just show you real quick in the sandbox what I mean. All right, so I'm gonna keep this very short. I might do an entire video on just how to create builds and like how to organize and everything like that, because it's kind of confusing at first. But anyways, as you can see, this is the Dynamo build that I'm using, which is kind of a combination of a few of the different players I saw. This build has been very successful for me. I've been loving playing Dynamo lately. But anyways, if you go to browse builds, you can go to create new builds, and you start adding all of your stuff, all right? And yeah, you can also edit the skills down here. So if I go like this, oh, well, you can't get skill 4 first, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So I could do that, and I could do that, I could do that, you know, and it starts popping up right here. So you can see the skill build in the game as well. But that's how you utilize them and the websites, and then come in here and start making the builds, all right? But anyways, that's all I got for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And again, make sure you let me know down in the comments below if you know of websites that I have missed that might have better data. But like I said, the Deadlock Tracker one, oh, it's been amazing so far. All right, so make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell because I have a lot more Deadlock content coming. I am probably going to do a nice little Dynamo guide soon and some other guides as well, and you don't wanna miss it. All right, thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.